Let's now talk about conditional statements in Java. As the name suggests, conditional statements are used to execute specific parts of our program based on specified conditions. The first one we are going to see are if statements. With if statements, we specify a given condition, and then if this condition is met, we will execute a given instruction or set of instructions. Let's see an example which involves verifying the score of a student in an examination. So I'm going to declare an integer variable for the score, and then I will set the score to 85. Let's assume this is 85 on 100. Now we are going to use an if statement to verify if the score of this student is a pass or a fail. So I'm going to write the keyword if followed by a set of parentheses. And then it is within this parentheses that we will write our condition. So my pass mark is going to be any mark from 60 and above on 100. So I'm going to say if score is greater than 60, then the student has passed. So I will put a set of curly braces after this. Within the curly braces, we can write what is known as the body of this if statement, or the set of instructions that are going to be executed if the condition score greater than 60 is met. Or let me rather say score greater than or equal to 60. It means if you have any mark which is 60 and above, it's a pass mark. So I'm going to simply print a message saying you have passed. Okay, now let's test this. We see the message you have passed is displayed in our terminal. Now let's change the value of the score from 85 to a mark below 60. Let's put 59. And then we will test it again. Nothing is displayed because the score is not greater than or equal to 60. So the instruction which displays you have passed is not executed. We can also specify another set of instructions which we want to execute if our given condition is not met. So we can have another block which is known as the else block, and the else block is going to contain a set of instructions or a given instruction which our program will execute if this condition score greater than or equal to 60 is not met. So I will simply go below this and then I will write else. It's also a keyword in Java, followed by a set of curly braces. Now I'm going to display another message here which says you have failed if your score isn't greater than or equal to 60. So let's simply copy this message here. I will change pass here to fail, and then we will save the program and run it. Now we see the message you have failed is displayed. This is better to write like this rather than not displaying any message at all. Now, one more thing we can do is that instead of having just one condition and then two possible set of instructions to be executed based on the result of the condition, we can also have multiple conditions at the same time, which increases the number of possible outcomes we can get. So this is going to be achieved by using some blocks known as else if blocks. We are going to do that in our program by simply coming after the first condition of our if statement. So I will come where the body of this if statement ends, and then below this I'm going to add another block. I will say else if, else, and then space if, another set of parentheses, so I can specify another condition here now. So let's say in the first condition I want to give grades this time around. So in the first condition I will say if score greater than or equal to 80, then we are going to print a message which says grade equals A. Now, the second condition will be if score greater than or equal to 70. And if this condition is met, if your score is eventually greater than or equal to 70, it is going to print a message saying grade equals B for scores between 70 to 79. And then we can also add another condition again. Know that you can have as many else if blocks as you need in your program. So let me simply copy all of this. This time I'll say if your score greater than or equal to 60, then your grade is equal to C, and then else you have failed. So we will leave the else just as it is. Now let me change the score this time around to 76. And then since the score is 76, the grade is supposed to be a B grade because 76 falls in the range between 70 to 79, and which is in the range of this condition if score greater than or equal to 70. So how this is going to be executed is that the program will start from the top, and then we will first check the first condition. If the score is greater than or equal to 80, we will display this message, and that will be all of it. The other conditions will not be tested anymore. But since this condition, the first condition greater than or equal to 80, is not going to be met since our score is 76, we are going to go to the next condition. If score is greater than or equal to 70, then the message grade equals B. Let me change this to B grade. It cannot be A. Grade equals B is going to be printed, and we will also stop from there without checking the other conditions again. But if this condition is not supposed to be met, then we will go to the next condition, and if the next condition is not still met, then we will simply print the message you have failed. So let's run the program to see what I'm talking about. So we see grade equals B is displayed. Excellent.